Hi guys, welcome back to another video with your girl Pretty, and this is Pretty Moment. If you're seeing this face for the first time, please subscribe, and to my returning subscribers, to my OG, what it do. I hope you guys are good. Welcome back to another one with your girl Pretty. So first of all, let's talk about this hair. So yesterday I just decided, you guys know this hair was long, right? I just decided to take a scissor and cut it because I wasn't coping anymore. The heat was just too much, and this is crochet. I can't really remove it myself, so I have to go to the salon to go take the hair out because I can't just remove it on my own. So guys, I was having a meeting with somebody, and that's why I buttoned this things like up to that, so I had to button it up and look professional. I was having a meeting online, so yeah, now it looks better. So I had to button it up to here. So, and that's part of the reason why I did my makeup, and I was just like, okay, before cleaning this whole face, let me just make a video. So you guys, I want to talk about a topic that is somehow sensitive to me. I want to talk about something that actually touched deep or hit home for me, right? Which is childhood trauma. And I know most of us will relate to this. Most of us are broken. Most of us are not living the life that we're supposed to be living because of the childhood traumas that we've gone through, the life experiences that we've gone through. So I picked up a lot of points, not really a lot, but I picked up some few points that I want to speak about, and I wrote them down here on my phone. You can see up here, childhood traumas. So yeah, I wrote down, number one, the first thing that I wrote is that we are toxic because we've been through a lot. Guys, whether we want to admit it or not, but to some people we appear as toxic, and that's because we've been through a lot in life. Like myself, guys, I've been through situations that I don't share, and the minute that you do not share things that you go through, you tend to, so you bottle up the whole things, right? And then you become toxic, and in the process of you being toxic, you're not even aware. It's not intentional, but it's because you are bitter, because there's some situations that you did not like have to like challenge them and experience how you feel and say, this, I'm not happy with this, I'm not happy with that. With me growing up, especially from my family, I've never known love. Let me just put it that way. I've never known what's love coming from my own family, and that has taken part of me. That has actually taken like half of my of who I am. It has affected me in many ways, because if I see genuine love, I question it. I remember I discussed this with my previous partner, and I was telling him that I feel like I need to open up, and I still want to I've booked therapy. I want to attend therapy. I feel like I need to heal. There's a prophecy that I got from like a pastor, and the pastor said to me, you need to heal. And I feel the need of wanting like to attend therapy to heal. And when I speak about healing, like genuinely heal, not pretend like I'm fine when I'm not fine. Somehow I find peace in knowing that God is my strength. Hey, I can do this, I can do that. I'm one person that believes strongly in me making things possible, right? But at the same time, sometimes I break down because I'm just like, it's too much, it's overwhelming. Can I handle it? Can I do it? Sometimes I cry myself to sleep. Sometimes I just become grumpy. I become moody. I can be fine just now, and my mood just switches just because of, sometimes all those things, they come, like the flashbacks comes, and you just like, why am I going through all this? And people will look at you from far and feel like you are fine. Oh, this one is living large. Oh, this one, she's okay, she's doing well. But they don't understand that inside you, you're not fine. And these are the things that causes depression. These are the things that causes anxiety. And there's some people that are down, they have depression, and they don't even know that this is depression. You find them, they have anger issues, they have anxiety. You find them, they have like they react to things like in a bad way, and they are not aware that they're being damaged by the things that they've experienced in life, be it growing up, be it the abuse that comes from the family, be it the bad names that they tag us. I was tagged a prostitute by my own family. and I'm gonna put this out there. When I first came to Pretoria, I was called a prostitute by my own family. They said I'm a prostitute, and to my surprise, I'm just like, these are people that know my hustle. I hustled even when I was in high school. I was doing hair, and they're very much aware that I'm good at that. So when I finished school, when I finished grade 12, and I couldn't see anything to do, the first thing I could do, I remember a friend of my sister, it's a long story, asked me to come take care of her kids. And I remember I was in her house because her nanny was away, and I remember I was in her house and I broke down. I was like, at my age, I think I was 20. I think I was 20 then, and I broke down so bad. I was just like, this is not my life. At my age, I'm already taking care of somebody's kids. This is not my job. Like, they just asked me to come and be here for some time. But I broke down, like I cried. I was just like, this is not the life that I want for myself. And I sat down, I was like, what can I do next? And I said, I have my hands. I can plait, I can braid, I can do this. Why not use my hands to make money? And that's the step that I took. And when I first started working in Pretoria, I was working in Marabastad in a salon, Melin Salon, somewhere between Bloed and Schubert. Bloed and Schubert. There's a salon there. The salon is still there. That's the first salon I worked with when I came to Pretoria. So when my own family saw that I came to Pretoria, they started calling me names. They called me prostitute. She's busy with Nigerians. She's selling drugs. Guys, if I tell you till today that I don't know what drug is, you will not believe me. Maybe because, sometimes you hear me speaking pidgin and you'll be like, oh, this one don't cast, or you'll be like, this one don't knock Niger tire. It's not like that. I've worked with these people. So enough that I get to understand their language. I got to know a lot about them, and that's why I do not have hatred for Nigerians based on, I feel like they've saved me when I came to Pretoria. I worked with them for a long time. Imagine since 2012 till this day. So anyway, what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that things like that, imagine being called a prostitute by your family, and not just within themselves, they cast it and tell people out there. Then you hear your friends, they tell you, Pela, and I'm just like, and it doesn't make sense to them. They will not even defend you because they don't know what you're doing in Pretoria. But they believe that everybody that comes to Pretoria, and maybe you don't know somebody in Pretoria, you just decide to come to Pretoria, the first thing you do when you get to Pretoria is prostitution. God forbid. Like, I don't think there will ever be a time in my life, as long as I still have my hands, where I can find myself prostituting for money. Like, I can't. I will never do that. Okay, let's move to the next one. Not having a father. This plays a big role, guys. Quote me anyway. Not having a father figure in your life will fuck your mind up. Like, guys, I don't know if it's me, but I grew up without my dad. I don't know if I've shared this before, but I grew up without my dad, and it's a very sad and emotional. I'm hungry. My stomach is communicating I'm hungry. I just had my tea and lemon and what my slimming tea. So you guys, I grew up without my dad, right? And I'm gonna share this, and not for Pete or anything. I'm just sharing that I'm just sharing like my own traumatic experience, and I know that some of you can relate to this. So I grew up, I feel like my face is yellow. I'm sorry, pardon me for that. I'm coming. Let me just fix this. Exactly, my face was just too orangey somehow. I don't know, it's because of the lighting. So sorry. So I grew up without my dad, right? The background story, when I asked my grandmother, because she's still alive, the one that gave birth to my father. So when I got to finally meet them, and I questioned my grandmother, what's happening, because my mother told me about my father, and her own wish was that if she passes, I should go stay with my father. But the family did not do that. They did not do what my mother wanted. Rather, they took us, they stayed with us, and whatever happened, where all this traumatic experience come from and stuff. Now, when I asked my grandmother told me that your mother was married to your father, but your father was a truck driver. So your father hit your mother when your mother was, your mother was here staying with us, whatever. So she even showed me, can you see this grave here? This is your sister buried here, the one that comes up before you. This is where she's buried. Your mother was married here, everything was fine, but the problem is that your father hit your mom, and your mom could not stand that, and she left. Now, how I got to see my father is that my father passed away. So before my father passed, he's been crying. I don't want to get emotional about this. So my father has been pleading. So he had stroke. So he had already retired as a truck driver over 30 something years, according to them. So he was married to this other woman from Zim, I don't know, but they live somewhere in Messina. So yeah, my father was crying that I want happiness. Happiness is out there. I want happiness. I want happiness. I want happiness. So nobody paid attention. And I'm gonna be very, I don't know who sees this. I don't care who sees this video, anyone that is part of my family, but my father was doing well. So maybe they felt like the way he's crying and he wants me, maybe I'm gonna come and take over whatever, I don't know what, because honestly. So yeah, my father was crying, I want my daughter, I want my daughter, I want my daughter. And nobody bothered to look for me while I was here in Pretoria living my life, being called a prostitute and stuff. My father was out there looking for me, right, until he passed. So before he passed, my father said my coffin shouldn't go down without my daughter here. And guess what? There's a video call coming in, bro. Like, I can't pick this. I can't pick it, honestly. Or let me pick it. I'll be back. Oh, you guys, that was a very important call. That was a very important call. So yes, so let me continue with my story. Lord, give me strength. Wow. I don't like talking about this type of things, but yeah, I felt like I should share, because I know that I'm not alone in this. Like, a lot of us are going through this, and it's really like messing our lives up, right? So I know when I'm emotional, somehow there's a way my voice cracks. So if my voice is cracking, just know that I'm holding back the tears, because I'm not about to come and cry here. I'm not here seeking for attention. I'm just sharing my own story and my own journey, right? So what was I saying? Okay, yeah, so my father said before his coffin goes down that they should find me. Guess what? It did not take these people even up to a week to find me. Guys, I was born 1992, right? My mom and my dad had their relationship. I don't know when they broke up and stuff, but I was still very young. I still have the memories of when we were at my father's. I still do have like those tiny memories, I would remember when we would go there. I remember my aunties and stuff. Like, I remember that relationship, how nice, how they welcome us. But I was still very young. Like, those memories when you're still like 5, 6, it still flashes. I have that memory. I have. And truly, like, honestly speaking, the day I got to that house and I saw that house, like my grandmother's house, when I saw it, I knew that I've entered here before. Like, my voice is cracking, bro. God help me. When I saw that house, I knew that I've been here before, and now this is me 20 something years later, and I'm entering here, and the person that brought me to life, not really to life, is it to life? Or yeah, my father, the man that fathered me, because I feel like there's God, then there's my father, then there's God, then there's my parents, right? So now the person that was supposed to go there to go meet now is no longer there, right? I don't remember the picture of my father. I've seen pictures that my mom showed me. Now my father passes, and it doesn't take these people a week to find me. Very quick they call me, because now they want to honor his last words, right? Then they call me and I say I'm not going. I'm not going there. Then my pastor says to me, then I was attending City of Dynamite Ministries, and we're very close with the pastor. And the pastor said to me, go. He says, I see a package that your father left for you, blah 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 blah. So I'd advise you go bury your father. Go honor his wish. I was like, okay, fine. I go home. I get there. My sister from my aunt, whatever, she knows, she already met with them. Actually, they contacted her first before they contacted me, so they told her to bring me. So now we go there. I remember that time I was still owning a salon. My life wasn't bad because that time I was owning a salon, and I also had like a restaurant going on, so I was okay. I actually went there with my then boyfriend. So me and my boyfriend went there together because I was just like, I'm not going. Like, I was having that anger, I was having that attitude like towards them. I don't want to see them, whatever. Then my boyfriend was like, no, I'm gonna be there for you, let's go. Then we drove, we went home, and then we got home, and then I think we got there on Friday, yes, and they were going to the mortuary. They took me to the mortuary. People were crying. I couldn't really feel, I couldn't cry. I wasn't feeling the pain like that, because I had so much anger and so much questions, you know. Now this person is not even here to answer my question. Now I'm here to come and bury him. Like, that anger, I was just furious. I was just not myself. Then we get there to the mortuary. I said it was time to go view the body, and they opened the coffin. Honestly, they opened my father's coffin. Everybody was seeing they were passing, you know, looking at him and crying. I just saw this old man lying there, and I looked at him. I stood there for like 5 minutes. Like, I didn't move. I stood there. Like, I felt like I could ask him questions. I felt like I needed answers. I felt like, bruh, just say something, you know. I'm here now. But it was too late. Remember, my mother passed 2004. Now my dad 2016. Yeah, 2016 January. Yeah. And then they now pull me that it's okay. I go. I can't cry. I'm not crying. I'm just shocked. I'm confused. Then I go to my grandmother. Then my grandmother cries. I look at my nose. I see my grandmother's nose. I look exactly like them. Then my father had a son after me. Me and the son look alike. I had that picture on my previous. I deleted my previous Facebook. We took a picture together. If you see us, you will think that we are of the same mother, same father. Then I meet everybody. You know, everybody is happy to finally meet me. Papa has been crying. He's been asking of you, and I'm just like, okay. So the burial goes on, guys. This is not a story of how I buried my father and stuff. I'm just talking about the traumatic experience that it has contributed to the person that I am this day, because I've been through a lot. You know, if I am to go to that episode of the Sand Twins to go share my story, you guys, I don't think I would survive, because I would cry from the beginning till the end. So that has also played like a very big role in my life. Like, I had so many questions. I felt like I could ask my mom. I felt like I could ask my father, but those people were no longer there to answer. And that's the age where I've grown enough at least to understand, you know. Now my grandmother is there. All she does is cry. And she's explaining how you left here the last time we saw you, all this, all that. She's crying. She's asking after my brothers. She's asking after everybody. I'm just like, so you guys, that has contributed. Growing up without a father is what I'm talking about here. Growing up without a father has already also taken like part of me. I can't believe tears want to come out of my eyes. Growing up without a father is something that, even in relationships, when I get into relationship, I have this fear. And another thing is that when I had my son, or before I had my son, I prayed so much to God, and I was like, God, I don't want my son to experience what I've experienced growing up without a father being present and stuff. And for some reason, history repeated itself, right? And as much as I know what this man did to me, I also know also that my own role, I didn't really play it like that because somehow I can't tolerate. You know, I can only tolerate to a certain extent because the anger and bitterness is still in me, right? So guys, let's pass on that because wow, your girl is getting okay. Not knowing what is love. It goes back to what I just said. You know, when you come from a family where they constantly look at your mistakes, they don't show you love, you know, and you can feel it that you don't show, especially us that are orphans. If you're an orphan, you're growing up staying with relatives, you don't have your biological parents and stuff, forget. You need to teach yourself and make yourself understand what love really is, or else that also will break you. Okay, falling in the wrong arms. Falling in the wrong arms, guys, is another thing. If you find a partner that is also coming from a broken home, or maybe a partner that doesn't understand, or maybe they come from a stable home or stable background, then when you're coming from a broken background or unstable background, then you come and they cannot relate to your pain, they can't relate to your traumas, they can't relate to your past trauma, they can't relate to the things that you say. It's something else, because you would just feel like you are lost. You know, I'm trying, this is me, I'm trying to explain that this is what I've been through, and you don't even have words of encouragement, or maybe, or like ways, or maybe to help. Some of us are looking for help, guys. Like, some of us are looking for help. Like, if it's psychologists, if it's therapy, some of us, we need it. Me personally, I know I need it, and it's what I'm working on right now. Like, I need to work on myself. I have so much anger. I have so much anger. I'm one person. I have anger and I can't control it. It's like small things triggers me. Small things that doesn't have meaning triggers me, because it's not, most cases it's not what is happening at that point that triggers me. It's just that when it moves from here, it brings back a lot of memories, and now everything comes flashing, then my head becomes hot. Like, some of us need help. Falling also in the wrong arms, being with somebody who doesn't understand or cannot relate or is not willing to understand that you've been through this, also can just completely break you. I feel like this video is going to be a bit long because already it's going to 20 minutes. And then desperation. If you are coming from bad background, right, like me, you tend to be desperate in life, and I'm very grateful to God that I'm not desperate like in a wrong way. I am desperate to making change. I don't know if you understand. I am desperate to bringing change. I am desperate to bettering myself. I feel like, you know, like I said, when with my son, I said, oh, I don't want Chisom to go through what I've gone through, you know, not to have his father present, what. And I said, history repeated itself. The relationship between me and the father of my son wasn't gonna work, and it will never work. And I have my reasons. I've shared the story there and there. I don't touch deep on it, but it was very, like, it wasn't for me. So now that I found myself having a child already, how do I move forward from this? Like, I'm desperate to break the chains, the yokes, the curses. I'm desperate to break all those things that, you know, that happened at the back. Like, I want to make change. That's my own desperation. You get, my own desperation is I want to work hard, and that's why you will see me like I'm unsettled, because I'm this person that I'm always thinking. And that's another thing that brings up desperation. I'm always thinking, what can I do next to make money? What can I do next, not to disturb the next person, or maybe not to find myself begging? What can I do next to be able to pay my bills? What can I do next in order to take care of myself? What can I do next in order for, like, what is in my mind is, I think of, I can be sitting here, but I've already thought of how April is gonna be and how I'm gonna take care of bills that are coming in April. And that also can cause sicknesses in your body, because your spirit is not rested. Instead of you, even the Bible tells us, not to worry about the future and all that. But with me, my experiences has taught me that, girl, if you don't fight, if you don't make it happen, nobody's coming to save you. My experiences has made me understand that you have to do it yourself. So now that I understand that I have to do it myself, then I'm always unsettled. I'm always concerned that, oh, Chisom have 5 packs of Pampers right now, but what about when it finishes? My mind is always overworking, and that's why sometimes I find myself snapping. I find myself switching moods very fast, because I'll be just in my mind thinking of, oh, how am I gonna pay bills of February, because okay, I managed to pay the bills of Jan, right? February, how am I gonna handle February? Already now, even if I pay the February, but March one is still coming, there's still Chisom, there's still Pampers, there's still Crash, there's still, then I begin to over calculate, and it will just bust your brain. So guys, like, childhood traumas is, if you know any therapist or psychologist that is top tier, please recommend. If you are one and you can help, like, please recommend, because wow, like, childhood traumas are a thing, and people don't pay attention to those things, and people don't understand that we go through these things, and these things are real. Wow, next one. So I don't know if I'll cut this video and make part 2, but I think I'll have to, because I still have 1 2 3 4 5 6 more points. I think this will be part 1. Let me take the last one and I close this video, and I'll do a part 1 of this video. All right, now I spoke about desperation. Now the next one is settling for less. So now, if you come from a childhood background, or maybe when you come from a background where things were not easy, right, and you oh, you guys, I've said that my voice is gonna crack like the whole time doing this video, because these are things that I relate. This is me. This is my reality, right? This is my reality, and it's my reality. So settling for less, right? You find yourself, I spoke about finding yourself in the wrong arms, where you feel like, oh, maybe I'm gonna be safe here, and when you're not safe, you jump to the next one, and you feel like, oh, it's warmer here, I'm gonna be safe here. And if it's not like that, then you jump, then desperation comes in, right? Then settling for less also comes in. Now, settling for less in a sense of, you're destined for great things. You can make things happen on your own. You can move mountains. You can, like, you have the capability, you are capable of actually becoming this great woman. But because of the things that you've experienced growing up, and the things that maybe you're still experiencing, it breaks you to a point where you, with man or with whatever, be it in friendship, let me just not put man and say in relationship, but with every situation that comes, you just accept and feel like you're deserving of that, because that's how you grew up. Pain changed you. Pain makes you to accept everything and feel like everything is okay. One thing about me, it's not okay. I don't care if you like, feed me, give me, clothe me, give me everything, clothe me, accommodate me and everything. I'm not about to settle for less. If I feel like this is bare minimum to me, or if I feel like the treatment that I'm getting here is not the one that I feel like I deserve, I will speak up first of all, and I'll speak the second time, and the third time I'll leave, because I'm not about to settle where I know, because I've been through it all growing up, and I'm not about to now age. I'm at my 30s now. This year I'm gonna turn 31. I'm not about to sit in a situation that I see that it's gonna constantly drain me. I was having a conversation with my ex, and he was saying, stop telling people that you're taking medication because of me, you're taking anxiety pills because of me. And I was just like, this person doesn't understand that I hate fights. And it might look like I like to fight because I one thing about me, I'll talk. If I'm not okay with something, I'll express myself. I might not express myself that point in time, but I'll not allow it to bottle up, because I've already bottled up a lot of things. So now if I'm in a relationship with you and we are constantly fighting, that is not good for me. And if I tell you that this is not good for me, I know, because I take things to heart very easy, right? Let's say we are fighting time and again, I take it to heart. I sit down now, I question myself, does he really love me? Why is it that we're always fighting? Blah 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 blah. All that, I take it to my heart. I remember me and my ex went to a doctor, and the doctor said, ask him, do you trust this girl? My ex never cheated on me, but the constant misunderstanding that we had, I felt like I'm not surviving, because when I fight, whenever we fight, we spend more time. You know, sometimes we have to weigh also in a relationship the good and the bad. So I looked at it and said, it's like at first things were okay. More the good outweighs the bad, but now I sit down and I look at it and I'm like, it's like now the bad is now outweighing, because now we fight over. And also I understand that where he comes from, it's kind of like affecting him, right? And me also, I have my own where I'm coming from. So now we are two broken people that are trying to come together, and we want to make this work, but it's not working because he's broken, I'm broken, and we desperately want to make this relationship work, but we are constantly fighting. The misunderstandings that we are having, if you look at it very well, relates to the things that we have experienced in the past. And that thing started making me to have panic attack. You know, I started having panic attacks, and the day I went to the doctor, I said, come in, because I wanted him to hear from the doctor. When I told the doctor that I have panic attack, he said he's going to place me on anxiety pills, which I think I'm finishing the second dose of it, and I want to stop. I don't want to take those pills, because I realized that yes, they make me settle and be okay, but when I didn't take them, I feel like I'm not myself. So I don't want to depend on pills. Yes, I am on anxiety pills, and my ex is he the reason why I'm on anxiety pills? I can't really say he's the reason why, but he contributed. And not that he contributed, the fights that we constantly had contributed in me having panic attacks, right? Because we'll be happy, very happy. I was in the most beautiful relationship. We'll be very happy, and I knew that in the process of us being happy, there's 40% chance that this might not end well. We're going to disagree on something and we're going to fight. Then I'm starting to have that panic attack that I'm already expecting it to happen, because I know somehow we are going to have a misunderstanding. And so when it happens, then I freak out, because I don't want, this is not what I want, and I keep on telling you this is not what I want. Let us not fight. Can't we sit down? And I'm one person, I'll sit down, and I had this issue also with the father of my child, where I'll say, let's sit down and talk about this as adult and conclude. And then the person wants to turn everything around, touch on what doesn't even concern what we are talking about, and now they want to now make you look like you're the bad person in the situation. And I tell a lot of people that, and that is what I've said, I will say I have learned also in these two relationships that I've been, that if there's an issue, let's say me and you are talking about this phone, right? And you are saying, maybe let's say you don't like how I'm constantly pressing my phone, ne? Let's focus on this. The problem is the phone that I'm pressing, right? Let's focus on the phone being the problem. Do not now turn the phone and now involve the charger and now involve the cable and now involve everything that has, let's focus on the main. When we fight, we don't fight to break up. We are fighting to sort out the problem that we are having at that point in time. So now let's focus on this phone being the problem. Let's not twist things. It's so annoying, especially with somebody like me. I find it so annoying if I'm trying to say this phone and you're trying to tell me about the charger. I'm not talking about the charger, and now it's like you're now making me look stupid. It's like I don't know what I'm saying. I feel like people should learn to address issues the right way. It's very, very important, especially in a relationship. It's very, very important that if we are fighting because of this phone, let's focus on this phone and fight because of this phone. Let's not now, don't make me look like I'm the problem, or I should make you look like you're a problem. The problem is this, and this cannot separate us. Let's fight and sort out this. Then we move on like nothing happened. You get? But no, you'll be talking about this, and then now this will now bring the other phone that I've used last year and the other phone that I've used 10 years before, even when Jesus was still in the world. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. So guys, let me end it here for this. I'm gonna make a part 2 of this video. I'm gonna shoot part 2 of this video. I feel like I should shoot it now that I'm still like in this emotions, right? But I don't want it to be too long. So if you found this video touching to you, or you feel like you can relate, please do let me know in the comment section. And for those of you that are just watching and you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Please, I beg you to subscribe. I beg you to like. I beg you to, at least when you like, it gives me the motivation to say, oh, okay, you guys are welcoming the content that I'm giving you. So I know a lot of people relate to this, and please do let me know in the comment section if you're also struggling from the past traumas, or if you did struggle from the childhood traumas. How did you get over it? I'm getting a call again. I'm getting a call. So you guys, let me just finish this video. I'm getting a call. I'll answer it. I love you guys so much. I'm gonna go ahead and film the same video, the part 2 of it, wearing the same clothes, so don't be surprised. I love you guys, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.